What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and today I'll be showing you how to make your own deck.
Well, let's take a look at my deck first. You see that I run 4 different type of Pokemon cards. We have the main Pokemon. Of course, those are the Pokemon you're planning on using in your deck. The energy cards. Then we have supporters and item cards. So there's a basic deck. Each deck is made out of all of these type of Pokemon cards. If you don't have any supporters in your deck, you're probably never gonna win because the supporters help your consistency quite a bit. Aside to that, let's begin with step 1 and making a successful Pokemon deck. The first thing you'll need is one of the most important things is 60 of the same kind of sleeves. As you can see, I have 60 white sleeves laying right here. Still making the deck with that actually. So you need 60 of the same kind. You don't want to put like an Aoki sleeve together with Regigiga sleeves. That's not allowed. You need 60 of the same type of sleeves. And you can also use sleeves that are not from Pokemon, like here a blue sleeve from Magic or stuff like that. Any kind of sleeve is actually allowed as long as the cards are sleeved in it and you don't see the backing of the card. So, and you can also use a deck box, which is optional, but it's also pretty neat to have that. And now to step 2. Okay, now that you got your 60 sleeves together with a deck box, which is optional, you can go through all your best Pokemon cards out there and choose which Pokemon you'd like to make a deck with. As you can see, I have some Typhlosions. You can just scroll through all your Pokemon cards and just pick the ones you like. As you can see, Regigiga is just ready to be made. You can check all the cards, look at their attacks. Like here, you must discard 2 fire energies, and then you can check Pokemon that help you with that, like Afterburner from Typhlosion, which brings them back. So you need to have some plan if you're using an attack. That's why these are sorted out, and Regigiga is still a really powerful deck. Then we have Kingdra. You can check out his Pokepower, which lets you put 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon each turn. So you have to look at the Pokepowers, Pokebodies, or abilities from the Pokemon and then make a deck around it, or even check out the attacks and then make a deck around it, like Kyurem, which is a really good card, but it's probably on one of the other binders. Here, as you can see, all my best cards are in here. It's easy for me to make decks. That's why you can make Yanmega, which is a really splashable. You can put it in any deck since he doesn't need any energies. And for those of you who are still weak to the game, you can check out his Pokebody. For those of you who don't understand why I say he doesn't need any energies, it's because he has a Pokebody that says if you have the same hand size as your opponent, you don't need any energy cost to attack. So that's why it's a really good card. Then we have Godstail with the ability to lock your opponent from using any item cards. So really good stuff in here. And then you just have to pick which. Still a lone Magneton in here. Don't know which what this one is doing here. Probably because I removed it from my deck. So you have to check out all your Pokemon cards and then fit together some cards that really fit together. Like I said, Typhlosion and Reshiram, really perfect. Here you can see Donphan, which is really perfect with a Machamp, by the way. So you need to have a plan if you're making a deck. Here you see Dodrio, which has also a Pokebody. So most of them have a Pokebody or ability, Pokepower, stuff like that. Also good attacks like Zoroark. You can scroll through all your cards and then just make a deck with the cards you like. It's as simple as that. Just going over the cards again, just to make sure which deck I'm gonna make. I'll probably go for yeah, Donphan. It's been a while since I used Donphan, so I'll be making that, and you guys just have to check out your great Pokemon cards and just make a deck with that. Then we'll go to step 3. And yeah, that's it for this deck. As you can see, the cards fit together. Donphan is your attacker for in the first turns of the game. Then you have your late game attacker, as well as the ability guy that or Pokemon that moves around the damage counters for your advantage. And hopefully you have a deck like this that with cards that really fit together like that. And also some consistency could work. Try running a Clefairy if you don't have a perfect start at the beginning of the game. And yeah, let's go to step 3, the item cards. And here we are at all the trainer cards that I have at the moment that aren't in other decks currently. So we have the choice out of all these trainers. I suggest you also do the same. Put all your trainer cards, item cards on your table and check out which cards that really could work well. As you can see, Donphan uses Earthquake, which deals 60 damage, which just isn't enough to knock out Zekrom. That's why I suggest running at least 2+ powers. That way you'll have the advantage to knock out Zekroms. Also, I'd suggest running a switch. Definitely one. Even though you can use Fighting Tech, it's really nice. Also some recovery here. That's also good. What do we have here? Not really useful in this deck. Junk Arm, which is useful in every deck. I'm running always run 4 copies because if you run lots of items, you want to get them back with Junk Arm. What do we have? Catcher, another great card, running 3 copies is efficient if you're running Junk Arm. Then Rare Candy if you're running a Stage 2, definitely run 3 Rare Candies. Here's an older version, I prefer the newer versions. Then we have Communication, a really good way to get out the Pokemon you want, running 3 copies, also efficient when you're using Junk Arm. Then Great Ball, maybe 1 copy could help you to get out Donphin on your first turn, or maybe other Pokemon, it's all your choice anyway. If you're making another deck, like I can't really check which item cards could work well for you. Rocky Helmet could work in some situations, really good. What do we have? Pokegero could be efficient, maybe a Max Potion, yeah. If Donphin, if you use Fighting Tag, then heal up your other Pokemon. So that's about it for this deck, I believe. We have a Recovery, have a Consistency to get out the cards. Yeah, let's count these up right now. Well, I counted them up and I have 20 item cards that lay right here that I really liked. So you always have to pick which cards you like and put them on a stack, and then use the same for supporters and energies. Energies not really, but you have to pick. Then you have to make a selection of which cards you really have to pick. So this is just a beta selection. So now let's go to the supporters. And now we're at the supporters. As you can see, there's also lots of choice to pick from here. Not all my supporters are laying on this table though, because some supporters are just bad, like Bill, because Chiron is way better, as well as MC Shadow, that's also a really bad card. And yeah, let's get going. Hey, Collector is one of the main supporters of each deck if you're running evolution lines. That's why I'm gonna pick 3 of those, not 4, because Fampies have 70 HP, which will be efficient to prevent a donk or something. And yeah, oh, Seeker, a really good card here. You can get rid of all your damage counters with Reuniclus's damage weapon, then use a Seeker. Then we have Chiron just for consistency, running 1 copy. Also running Ant for a comeback, running 2 Professor Oak's New Theory, one of the best supporters in the game, as well as a collector, as I said. And then we have Stage Training if you're running a deck with Stage 2 Pokemon in it. It's really great to run Stage Training because you can get out a Rare Candy together with Communication or with the evolution line you need it, so really great. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. Maybe running another Professor Oak's New Theory. Let's check here. Yeah, I'll go with I'm going for Copycat. Sometimes they're really good to use Copycat. In the past we had worries about the Mega Prime, but Mega Prime is really weakened because the format has lots of lightning Pokemon in it. So Mega Prime is pretty much in a dangerous situation. That's why Copycat is good, because you can get a really big hand if you have if your opponent has a really big hand. So you can just Copycat and you have a nice hand as well. And that's about it for the supporters. And finally, the energies. As you can see, lots of energies to pick from. Even though Grass is still in a binder somewhere or in a tin, Grass energies are missing here. Strange. Anyway, that's maybe because I don't run that many Grass decks. Never have actually. So let's see here. We have to pick Fighting energies. Maybe 2 or 3 double colors. I'll go 3 double colors and change my deck later on. I'll explain why. And maybe a Rainbow Energy just for the extra damage counter, to use Champ Buster for a maximum damage, or to knock out a Pokemon, just enough damage on one of your bench Pokemon. And that's it for the energy choice of this deck. And there we go. At the moment I run 14 energies, so we run 3 double colorless, 1 rainbow and 10 fighting energies. This is just a current amount of energies. Could just cut a few if you're looking for any other cards you want to put in this deck, which I'm gonna do right now because I still have the bunch of trainers, about 20, and yeah, I'll just have to make a decision which cards I'm gonna need and which ones I can just cut from this deck. And now we've made our selection of Pokemon, item cards, supporters and energies, but you can also try to run a stadium card like these, but I don't think these will do, even though Wounds of Elf looks tempting. My champ can easily deal more than damage enough, even though there's resistance to fighting. You can just knock it out with a Champ Buster. So stadium cards are not that important, so we'll go straight to the deck list. I have now 68 cards because I have so much item cards, which means I'm gonna have to cut 8 cards out of my deck list that I made. So this is always the method I use to make decks, just pick all the cards I like and then cut off some cards later on. So I already gonna cut 1 fighting energy, since Donphin only needs 1 energy to begin attacking. And as you can see, I run 3 collector, not collectors, also 3 collectors, but 3 double colorless energies, as well as my main Pokemon. So can also try to cut one Machoke, but that'll be really hard battling against what is it? What's it called? Ross's deck or something. The Truth with Trainer Lock. So maybe trying to get rid of one could be good. Can still attack with Donphin though. So getting rid of those 2. So now I have 6 more cards to cut. Energies, I'm gonna stay away from those because 13 energies is more than enough. Supporters, also I'm gonna stay away from those because those are really efficient. And as you can see, so Max Potion is not really needed because now I have Seeker, so that's 3, or 5 more to go. Switch, plus power, junk. Maybe one Junk Arm could easily get his way to another deck. 3 catchers, yeah, 3 coming. So really, yeah, Great Ball away, Rocky Helmet away. So now we have 3, 6, 2 more cards to cut. Maybe Super Rod. Nah, Super Rod stays because Machoke. It'll be really hard to bring out Machamp that way. Go through the cards again. Maybe cutting one rare candy. Nah, just gonna keep those item cards. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one switch just because you can just use Fighting Attack, and early on you want to have Donphin as your main attacker. So now I just need one card to cut from my deck, which could be one of those. Maybe I could cut Terrakion, or maybe I could easily replace Terrakion with a Dragon since I run double colorless energies. These could really come in handy like Zekrom, Kyurem or Reshiram, but just an option you have to make yourself. I'm gonna replace those maybe later on, but just a standard deck making video, so that's not really important. The thing that really is important is cutting away one more card from my deck. I'm gonna go with one Copycat. So yeah, even though Yanmega can cause trouble for this deck because Donphin is not good against Yanmega, so Copycat away, and there we have it. My deck list of 60 cards. Now I'm gonna sleeve them up and show it to you on the last step. And there we go, we have ourselves a really good deck. We have cards that fit together really well. Energies, supporters for the consistency, and item cards which you can use on your first turn, like Catcher to stall or attack, energies to Donphin, yeah, plus power, bang, Zakrom's dead. So it's a really good deck. I'm gonna test it out later, and yeah, I had fun making this. I hope you did as well. And I also hope that you have a really good deck yourself to go with to cities. And yeah, thanks for watching this strangely video, since it's the first video that I actually explained to you how to make a deck. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, click the likes button because I really appreciate that, and I'll see you all next time.